As long as people have played sports, there's been one consistent truth. Someone's got to win, and someone's got to lose. Except there's one alternative that most people don't usually think about. A tie. Five Nations Championship was a yearly rugby union competition between the representative teams from England, France, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. It was originally called the Home Nations Championship, but with the addition of France in 1910, the name was changed to the Five Nations Championship. 10 matches were played, spanning from January to April, with each team playing every other team once. Every team got 2 home games and 2 away games. 2 points were given for a win, 1 point was awarded for a draw, and 0 points were obviously given for a loss. England was led by head coach John Elders and captain John Pullen, and they played their home games at Twickenham Stadium in London. France was led by head coach John Desclos and captain Walter Spangereau, and played their home games at Parc des Princes in Paris. Ireland was led by head coach Sid Miller and co-captains Tom Kiernan and Willie John McBride. They played their home games at Lansdowne Road Stadium in Dublin. Scotland was led by head coach Bill Dickinson and captain Peter Brown, and played their home games at Murrayfield Stadium in Edinburgh. And finally, Wales was led by head coach Clive Rowlands and captain Arthur Lewis, and they played their home games at National Stadium in Cardiff. France ended with victories over Scotland and Wales, but lost to England and Ireland. England ended with victories over France and Scotland, but lost to Wales and Ireland. Wales finished with victories over England and Ireland, but lost to Scotland and France. Scotland ended with victories over Wales and Ireland, but lost to France and England. Finally, Ireland finished with victories over England and France, but ended up losing to Scotland and Wales. As I gave you all those results, you might have noticed something. Each team ended with 2 wins and 2 losses. This resulted in 4 points for each team. Also, coincidentally, every team won both their home games and lost both their away games, but that's just kind of more of a fun fact. If I asked you what a reasonable outcome of this would be, you'd say a tiebreaker, right? Like in most sports. But at this time in the Five Nations Championship, there was no tiebreaker. So what happened? Every single team won a share of the championship. It ended in a 5-way tie. Now, if I was a player at this time, I don't even know how I'd react. Think of like Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts facing off in the Super Bowl. And at the end of overtime, the game just ends, and it ends in a tie. Now Mahomes and Hurts have to share the Lombardi Trophy.
This is some horse shit.
How awkward would that be? In 1994, 21 years after this happened, the Five Nations Championship finally added a tiebreaker. Whoever has the highest point differential, aka the highest margin of points scored versus points scored against, is awarded the championship. If this was used in 1973, the winner of the tournament would actually be Wales, with Ireland and France tying for second, Scotland placing 4th, and England finishing last. But it wasn't used. So now to this day, every single one of those teams share the 1973 Five Nations Championship, which at that point isn't really even a championship. Honestly, it feels a little bit more like a participation trophy. At the end of the day, it is pretty cool that this happened. And it is pretty cool that 5 nations, and now today 6 nations, as it's now the 6 Nations Championship with the addition of Italy. It's awesome how they can put on this event every year and celebrate an amazing sport like rugby. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.